Hey, good morning, it's Rhianna. Welcome back to my channel. It is a nasty, gloomy, rainy day. I am making coffee for John and I, and y'all have asked for my routine, and so I'm going to show you. The first thing I do is turn on the hot water because it takes forever for our hot water to get hot. And then I grind the beans fresh in our grinder. There you go, there's fresh ground beans. So for the Chemex, we have to have these special paper filters. So the next thing I do is I go ahead and get one wet, because apparently getting it wet is important. We have this kettle, and I'm gonna go ahead and fill that up with water. It's a special kettle specifically for coffee, pour over coffee, because it has like the little spout so you can pour it slowly. This is the Chemex, and I just get it wet because it's also about like priming it or whatever, getting it ready for the hot water. And then you put it on the scale because you weigh out the grinds and you also weigh out the water. So we do about 30 grams of coffee. For each of us. It's basically about 2 cups. And then we're also doing bulletproof right now, so in a separate cup. So in my little Yeti, this is where I'm going to do the blending. I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of butter. Okay, now the water is done coming to temp, and so I'm going to put 100 grams of water to prime the ground coffee, and I'm gonna let that sit for like 30 seconds, and I'm going to put in a tablespoon of coconut oil. Okay, that's been about 30 seconds, and now I'm gonna do another 100 grams and wait about another 30 seconds. I can't wait too long because the scale that we use is technically not a coffee scale, and it will time out, so I have to be quick. While I'm waiting on that, I do 2 tablespoons of the skinny syrup. The flavors that we like are the caramel flavors. That particular one is caramel cream cheesecake, and then I do 2 tablespoons of sugar-free coffee creamer. All this, like I said, goes into the cup. That's thunder, it's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and add another 100 grams. Actually, there we go. That's about 350 grams, which is how much we drink individually. So it's about 2 cups, I think. But that's how much fits in John's travel mug. Okay, and then John mentioned yesterday that his nails have been cracking, so I'm going to give him a little bit of collagen again because he hasn't been taking it, only I have. He also doesn't typically take our fiber supplement, but he's been asking for that as well. So it's 1 tablespoon, we do 1 tablespoon of fiber, and then I just use the scoop that comes with this, and this is our collagen. The collagen and the coffee syrup, the kettle, the grinder, the Chemex, the filters, I think all those should be available in my Amazon store down below. So if you wanted to check those out. Before we started doing bulletproof again, basically it was, I mean, the coffee making part was still the same. Grind the beans, bring the water to a boil, prime the filter and the Chemex with water, and then put about 30 grams of coffee grounds, and then 100 grams of water at a time, trying to wait as long as, like, about 30 seconds in between pours. You pour slowly. I guess I could have showed you the actual pour, like what it looks like, but I mean, I didn't think about that, I'm sorry. And then that's what the coffee looks like in the Chemex. and then pour it into here so I can immerse it. And then I just take the immersion blender, put it all the way in so it doesn't spill, and then blend. And then just pour it into the mug. And that's how I do our bulletproof pour over fancy Chemex coffee. And then I just do it again for me. And the only difference for me is I use a little bit less coconut oil because it makes my stomach hurt. And I have the supplements, which I showed y'all, but Jonathan doesn't normally take them. I just showed him how I do the bulletproof pour over fancy Chemex coffee. Fancy. Yeah. Benjamin Franklin for love you. Love you too. Bye. Bye. Have a good day. So yeah, that's it. It's a lot of steps, and especially now that we've added the bulletproof coffee part into it, it's a lot of steps for me to get done before he has to leave, because he wakes me up. Depending, it ranges anywhere, but it's usually about 7:30, and then he tries to leave by 8. Well, I don't just like wake up and run down the stairs. I wake up a little bit, go to the bathroom. Like, I don't get downstairs till like 7:45 or so, and then try to get everything done before he leaves can sometimes be difficult. Oh no, is our Wi-Fi out? I think our Wi-Fi might be out. All of our Wi-Fi devices are flashing. So, but yeah, now I'm gonna make mine, and then I'm gonna sit down and watch the news and drink my coffee, and that's it. So that's what it looks like when it's done. Very creamy, and because of the immersion blending, it has like the little bit of foam that's on top. It tastes really good. Honestly, I like it a lot. I will say that I do put up a fight about the pour over coffee because it is so time consuming and so many more steps, but it does make a better cup of coffee than anything else. But at the same time, like, I don't have a problem with Keurig, and I don't have a problem with regular coffee. We don't have a regular coffee pot, but like, I don't have a problem with regular coffee either. They all taste good to me. It's all coffee. The only difference to me is that pour over with Chemex or any of those types of coffee situations just has a better flavor. All the things that you do, I think, are supposed to take out the bitterness, like the paper filter and like pouring it slowly or something. I don't know the science behind it. I just know that it does taste a little bit better. So I'm gonna enjoy my coffee now. What? Oh my goodness, somebody got zoomies. You can go outside. You can go outside. What? Outside. It's about noon. I'm watching Teen Mom. Just finished placing a grocery order for tomorrow. I want to try making a keto lasagna using cabbage noodles because I saw someone suggest that on a keto group I'm on, and unfortunately there was no ricotta at my Walmart. Hello, focus. And then also, was it Monday night? What's today, Wednesday? Yeah, Monday night I made an accidental delicious dinner. I normally make a shrimp Alfredo broccoli that we eat. No noodles, just Alfredo sauce, shrimp, and broccoli. And I didn't take the shrimp out in time to defrost it, which it doesn't take very long to defrost, so I wasn't super worried about that. But also Jonathan wasn't in the mood for shrimp, and so I was like, well, I've got meatballs. And he was like, yeah, let's try that. And we ended up really liking it. Like, Jonathan liked it a lot. Like, he ended up eating all of it. There was no leftovers. And so I was gonna put that on the grocery list as well. But unfortunately, they also were out of Alfredo. So I'm gonna keep checking, because Walmart lets you add to your order for like 12 hours before your pickup time. And so hopefully it'll come in stock throughout the day. I'll add it to the cart. But yeah. So speaking of that, if I end up having to go into the store, I finally got my mask, which is a terrible quality. I'm actually super irritated. I paid like $20 for this thing. And it doesn't look like it was depicted on the website that I ordered it from. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. So here it is. I hate it. It makes my glasses fog up. But they're technically not required anymore in Texas. They are strongly recommended. And of course, businesses, they're private businesses. They can choose whether to let you in with or without a mask. I think most places are kind of like, you should wear a mask. So I will have one when necessary. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. As y'all can see, the weather has finally cleared up. Sun is back out. I'm gonna go ahead and go sit out there with Milo, throw the ball a little bit, get him some of that energy off. And I might break my fast. I don't know, I'm not super hungry, so I guess I'll probably just keep pushing it. No sense in eating if I'm not hungry. It's 2:40 and I'm about to break my fast. I made a little taco bowl, sort of. I don't know what you call it. Some of the low carb tortilla chips. These are them. I still get questions about them. I don't know really if they're great or not, but I eat them because life. So yeah, taco meat left over from last night, a little bit of picante sauce, cheese and sour cream, and then I'm going to sit down and watch The Secretary. Old movie from like 2002. It has Maggie Gyllenhaal and James Spader. The movie is weird as heck, but I love James Spader. I've seen it before. I've seen it a couple times. I do really like the movie. It's weird though, but yeah, I like it. So, all right, that's what's going on in my day. I already told y'all I placed a grocery order tonight. We'll be having more of the leftovers, the taco meat leftovers. I think I'm gonna make taco pie. I've made that before as a Tasty Tuesday way back at the very beginning of our keto journey. So I'll dig up a link to that, leave it up in the eye. I'll see if I can get Milo to come inside so I can shut the door. He's enjoying the sun though. I'm making dinner now and I just pulled up the Tasty Tuesday. It was the second Tasty Tuesday I ever made. That's how long ago I've been making, how long it's been since I've been making this recipe. But it's really easy. It's just basically a crustless quiche. Taco meat, a little bit of onions, shredded cheese, heavy whipping cream. I think it calls for mayonnaise and eggs. I have the oven preheating to 400. And totally unrelated, but I'm super annoyed. I want a new dishwasher so bad. The last like 3 times I've washed dishes, it's melted a lid that goes with like our containers or whatever. And one of the things that I do to try to keep our cabinet down there, which is where I keep all the food storage containers, what I do to try to keep it organized is if a lid or a container gets, you know, damaged or whatever, I throw it both away, because there's no point in having a lid with no container or a container with no lid. I only keep matches and I only keep stuff that's like still like halfway decent quality. So yeah, the one that it melted last night was from our good set. I don't even understand how it got sprayed down. So obviously the water sprayed it and it fell down to the bottom and was sitting on top of the heating coil. And I could have sworn I smelled something when I was falling asleep. And you know that smell of plastic in the dishwasher is very distinct and very strong. But I was like, I don't think there's even anything in there, because it normally melts like these ones, like these tops. Those are the ones I'm used to. But anyways, okay, I'm gonna make dinner, and Jonathan's kind of grumpy right now, so I may not come back except for to say goodbye. So we'll see what ends up happening. Here we go. Here's dinner. Served it up with a little bit of sour cream. And yeah, now I'm gonna eat. I'm also gonna go ahead and wrap up the vlog. So that's just kind of like a day in the life quarantine edition. We're like quarantine day. It's over a month. So we're like 40 something now. Not exactly sure. But anyways, subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to click that thumbs up button, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.